Welcome to yet another year of Digits Zero1 Awards, where performance is the only criteria. Speaking of gaming headsets, there haven't been phenomenal changes or innovations in the design and the features. However, there has been one single innovation that we will be talking about when we speak of the nominees. However, speaking of the generic features or the additions that have been introduced in the market were things like 7.1 audio, which was enabled with a slight dongle, and what you had to do is connect the headset to that dongle and it will go through USB to your PC, and that's how you'll get 7.1 audio. However, do note that this is done by software, so 7.0 audio will still be delivered with the single driver on the ear cups. Another thing that we saw was the implementation of 3D audio. So it is similar to 7.1, but 3D audio or 3D soundscape is something a few manufacturers have tried, where they try to fix where the audio is coming from. So even if you move your head to the left or the right, the source of the sound will always remain stationary. Another thing we also saw is some manufacturers including DACs inside the ear cups itself, while others implemented DACs on the dongles, or they have a volume control where the DAC was installed. So there haven't been many other trends in gaming headsets other than a few manufacturers also trying wireless. So you will find almost all the manufacturers have a wireless variant of an existing or a new headset. Let's move on to this year's Digit Zero1 Awards for gaming headsets. First, the Odyssey Mobius, the Cooler Master MH752, the Corsair HS70 Wireless, HyperX Cloud Alpha, the Predator Galia 500, the ROG Delta, and finally the Zebronics Orion. Now, we spoke about a certain innovation that happened, or a big change that happened. Earlier, gaming headsets were restricted to only dynamic drivers, but what Odyssey has done with the Odyssey Mobius is that they have introduced planar magnetic drivers to the gaming headset segment. So this is huge because the planar magnetic drivers were only used for audiophile grade headphones, and this is the first time that we are seeing the same technology being introduced into the gaming headset market. Another innovation that we also saw with HyperX was the dual chamber design in their ear cup. They are still dynamic drivers, but what HyperX has done is that they have separated the low frequencies to a different chamber, while the mids and the highs have been moved to a different chamber. So what this allows is more clarity and more distinction between the sounds. Otherwise, what usually happens if the drivers aren't of good quality, then there's a lot of overlap happening and you won't get much clarity out of them. Another innovation that it's not an innovation but an introduction to the gaming headset market is including DACs inside the headset itself. Usually what manufacturers used to do was they used to include the DAC in dongles, as we talked earlier, which also enabled 7.1 audio. So this is the first time the ROG Delta is using a DAC inside the headset as well. And finally, Corsair has introduced a new lineup of wireless headsets with the HS70. So in wireless, this is the only headset that we saw this year. If you want to know which gaming headset performs the best, or the gaming headset which gives you the best immersive experience in gaming, then you will have to head out and buy Digit's December issue, which is a special issue with the Zero1 Awards. And all the results, all the winners will be announced across all the categories that we've covered in this special issue.